away we go, ladies and gentlemen. Edward Bray with a big start out there on that front line. Bob Eldred, the man to watch tonight. We'll give Bob Eldred a good run, but here comes Lee Staples. Lee Staples sitting back in third position. In his rearview mirror is Jason Russo, Dave Acacia in fourth and fifth. Lee Ryerson Jr. in the blue tonight. Looking very sharp out there, showing up in position 9. Drivers are running lap time, sitting in the low 30s. Bob Eldred in second, 31.603. As we do take lap 2, fast lap of a 28.501 for Bob Eldred. Tight on the heels of Edward Bray. You got to really watch coming up into those corners, coming out of those corners. Kiss the wall. It's not the kind of kiss you want to receive out here at New Hampshire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight line formation. For Edward Bray, Bob Eldred, Lee Staples, Jason Russo, Dave Acacia. 100 laps is a long time. This is a lot of turning lefts and turning rights. When you think about it, let's put that into perspective, folks. 100 lap race. Coming down that stretch, you got to turn it to the left, you got to straighten it out, you got to turn it to the left, straighten it out. So we're talking well over 400 turns onto the left. Now just stick your arm out, folks. Stick your arm out there in front and drive it around this track with you. We're going to put you in-car camera. I want you to feel what these drivers are going to feel tonight, folks. Turning left, fighting that wheel, keeping it down there, keeping it down, turning it, getting it back on the back stretch. Got to hold that line tight and straight and true. Getting ready to turn again one more time. Are your arms getting tired yet, folks? In-car camera with Lee Staples in third position. Not necessarily worried about keeping up with Bob Eldred at the moment. You know, maintain the pace, not worried about passing him. Edward Bray up there in front, leading the first 5 laps. Edward Bray not really worried about if Bob Eldred passes him or not. Still got 95 laps to get her done out here tonight. Tire wear is going to be the key. Looking in the car of Edward Bray. Obviously nothing but clean air. Let's take a look at Edward Bray in car action. Staying well off of that yellow line, more so into that second groove, down onto that, almost that first groove on the inside lane, back up into that high groove. Coming up into turn 1 and 2, deep dive down into 1, but still not down onto that yellow line, coming at the apex, back up to that wall, coming down that stretch, heading into turns 3 and 4. Caution is out. Take a look at, I do believe, the number 64 of Lee Staples. No, sirree, Bob. A little bit of contact there between the number 14 and the number 64. And there is our very first whoopsie-daisy of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go in-car camera with Jason Russo and see exactly what he was up against. Whoa, didn't mean to grab you there, Mr. Lee, but I tell you what, that will bring out our first caution of the night here at New Hampshire. It happens. It happens. Rubbing is racing. Taking a look at our top 5. Edward Bray, Bob Eldred, Dave Casey, Jason Russo, and Lee Ryerson Jr. Pretty sure drivers will be heading off into pit row. Tough break there for the number 14 of Jason Russo and the number 64 of Lee Staples, but fortunately, these drivers do have a backup vehicle. Not so sure the number 14 is going to need one as much as the number 64 of Lee Staples. Lee Ryerson staying out behind that pace car. Driving the Ford Fusion play seat. Looking very sharp out there. How about it, Lee Ryerson? You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, first of all, complimenting you on the car, number 9, blue play seat. Talk to me about that paint job.
I collect die-cast cars, and I actually won a play seat from Lionel Racing. Dale and her autographed one. So every now and again, I like to run, the play seat logo, and if see on the back trunk, it says Lionel Racing also.
Alrighty, copy that. Very sharp out there looking in the Ford. How is New Hampshire feeling?
Pretty good. Gotta get it worked in a little bit. First time in running a Ford car, but so far so good.
Alrighty, anybody out there on the KMA TV chat you want to give a big shout out to?
My wife and my daughter. They should be out there watching, and any other sponsors or friends out there, or people that follow me.
Alrighty, copy that. Good luck to you. Lee Ryerson Jr. in the number 9 Ford Fusion play seat.
Thank you.
Edward Bray, our current race leader here on lap 11 of 189 to go. Edward Bray leading every lap so far. Leading all 11 of the laps out here at New Hampshire. One more time, I am going to mention Bob Eldred. Bob Eldred, Edward Bray having some very tough competition last night. Not last night, but out there on Tuesday in the Camping World Series trucks. Bob Eldred surely to give Edward Bray pretty tight run out here tonight. Bray, though, doing very well himself. David Casey running for Kevin Asphalt, sitting back in 3rd position. Running the Flex Volt DeWalt Toyota Camry. Beautiful looking car. Nice job being done out here by David Casey. Now, I do believe David Casey may have won it either on Monday. I do believe it might have been on Monday, folks. David Casey. I'm going to have to talk to Dave, but there is another caution out here. I do believe it was David Casey winning it out there on Monday. Knowing how he is, knowing how to drive that track. A little bit of a closer look there on Bob Eldred. Quite the handsome guy there, Bob Eldred. Edward Bray buckled in, looking very professional out there. Lee Staples, very nice helmet right there on Lee Staples. Jason Russo, standard iRacing issue. Joe Guy, a little bit of purple, possibly representing Brad. Lee Ryerson, representing iRacing. I tell you what, that Bob Eldred, gotta love that helmet. It's a little bit like a, I'm not going to say quite what that looks like. That's Bob Eldred for you. Doing really good out here tonight, number 38. Edward Bray, the number 66, Black Talon Racing, doing a good job as well. Positions 1, 2, 3. Ed, Bob, and Dave. Lee Staples, Jason Russo, 4th and 5th, doing some pretty good racing out there. Number 64, number 14. I want to give a big shout out there to Gary Whitmer. Doing the long last night at Daytona. Good help of Edward Gray. Gary Whitmer, our Monday night sponsor, owner of GW Graphics. Those fine videos that you've seen throughout the Daily TV time, all created by Gary Whitmer and GW Graphics. Big shout out there to GW Graphics. Bob and Edward and Dave still making things happen out here tonight. You can tell by the times, very tight times. David Casey, 0.382 right there on the tail. Edward Bray in the black. Bob Eldred in the green and yellow. The number 20, David Casey. And watch how they'll scoot up right here. Very close action between 38 and 66. 66 gets around that corner up 3 and 4, coming out down that turf stretch. Getting a big run. 38 holding steady. David Casey gaining a little bit of ground. And this is what they're going to do all night, folks. Now, what we're hoping for is getting some green flag pit stops. Because, you know, a lot of races are really won by drivers getting in and out of pit road. Lap 22 of 100. David Casey with pass lap of 28.476. Take a look at these speeds, folks. Down to 100 miles per hour. Getting back up into it. Topping it out at 151, maybe 52. Back down to 198, 99. Back up to 150-ish, 60-ish. I saw 161 right there. That's what you got to do. You know, it's tire control. This is pure tire control. Again, David Casey not overly concerned right now whether or not he gets around Bob Eldred or Edward Bray. You know, he's still got 75 laps out here, folks. To think about it, to work it out, two pit stops. I do believe we're looking at about a 41 lap range on the pit stops. First caution was on lap 11. Everybody went in, so we're looking at a pit window right now about 55. So we're on a one pit stop race. Appreciate Bob Eldred slapping on the pad logos on the back of his car, along with the A logos. Speaking of pad, ladies and gentlemen, 1 week from this coming Sunday, we will be having our monthly race for pad. We'll get distracted driving. Find more information out about Pat at padd.org. Search on your internet for People Against Distracted Driving. Pat. padd.org. Put the phones down. Stay alive. Keep somebody else alive. If you're on your phone, ladies and gentlemen, in your car, I don't want you behind me. I don't want you in front of me. I don't want you anywhere around me. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. padd.org. A little bit of a funny story. I took last night off to watch a little bit of baseball and a little bit of football. And well, I'm a St. Louis Cardinal fan, baseball speaking, and I like the Chicago Bears. And they were both playing last night, and well, needless to say, I should have broadcast. Bears got pretty tore up. St. Louis lost their opportunity to get the wild card. So I should have been hanging out with Becky and Gary Sr. and Gary Jr. But I tell you what, who's not falling apart right now is Edward Bob and Dave Casey. These guys just, they are click, 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 lap by lap by lap, pulling down these lap times. All right, folks, to the back, checking in with our a little bit of a slower traffic out here in the back. We've got Lee Ryerson Jr. sitting at 8.5 back. Becky Whitmer on that KMA TV chat asking, 1 week from this coming Sunday, so the first Sunday of the month, month will be the monthly pad race. But actually, I'm going to have to check my calendar, Becky. Yes, sirree. That may have to be postponed 1 week. Stay tuned to Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. What would I do without Becky triggering those reminders for me? I am going to have to check my calendar. I may have other plans and cannot attend that, so I'm going to have to check on the calendar date. Stay tuned to Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Joel Guy, position 6, looking very well out here. 7.8 seconds back in the City Chevrolet. Jason Russo looking to find his mark out here in the Pro Automotive Chevy SS. Sitting up in Dudley, Massachusetts, going to tell you real quick about Pro Automotive. Little shop operated out there by Jason Russo and Pro Automotive, ASC certified mechanics, foreign and domestic. Emissions and diagnostic AC service, all makes and models. 199 Oxford Avenue, Dudley, Massachusetts. 508-461-6591. If you're ever up in Dudley, Massachusetts, and you get into a little bit of car trouble, call Jason Russo and the boys at Pro Automotive. Lee Staples in the number 64, 1.7 back. Not out of this little battle yet. Lap 35 of 100. 100 laps, ladies and gentlemen, 64 to go. Pretty good race so far, but we've had 0 lead changes. Edward Bray kicking off here at 36 laps led, moving back on up to his field. David Casey sitting in third with Bob Eldred in second, and Edward Bray up there in first place. Big shout out there to Michelle Master Eisenhower, rooting on Edward Bray, and I do believe Edward Bray has got this one here. Rooting on Jason Russo. Ooh, Michelle, did not know you were in the hospital. Hey, glad to have you out of here. And home, Michelle. You and I so need to get reacquainted. Feel free to drop in on KMA TV anytime, Michelle. You're always welcome. We were just talking about our monthly race for Pad. Michelle Master Eisenhower, a huge supporter of Pad, People Against Distracted Driving. Lap 38 up 100, one caution. David Casey finally making a move on to number 38 of Bob Eldred and getting around him. Well, there's a little bit of action. These drivers have been running very solid, very straight lines, but right there, that's a little bit of a change-up right there. David Casey making a move on Bob Eldred, but I'm not quite sure how Bob Eldred is going to take to that. You get out here on a track such as New Hampshire, and it's really, it's so far away from Talladega. Talladega, you need help. There's a lot of bumping. There's a lot of door banging. Out here, it is about taking your time, passing the driver in front of you. Now let's go back in car camera here with Bob Eldred. He's not in a hurry. There he goes. He sees that door open up. No big rush. No big rush. Big shout out there to Chris Hogue. Phone's about to die. We'll give it a good old burial service. Sorry we couldn't see Chris out here on the track. Family prevails. Family comes first, but out here rooting on his team, KMA. All right, good night, Chris. Put the phone to the burial, and we'll revive it up in the morning. Again, back to Bob Eldred, though. He is just in absolute zero hurry to get around David Casey. David Casey is not in any hurry to get around Edward Bray. First caution was on lap 11. We're figuring 44 laps. So 44 and 11 is 55. So we are about 7 laps out of potential pit stops. Door is open for Bob Eldred. He's peeking it, trying to sneak in it, backing it off. Eldred showing his support for Pad, People Against Distracted Driving. Big run on the rear end of the Toyota. Dave Casey. Probably not as close as it looked from this camera angle, but Lee Staples still back there. 1.5 seconds back off there. That was Bray. Again, Edward Bray taking his sweet time. David Casey, no hurry. Lee Staples. Jason Russo, 8.6. Maybe in a little bit more of a hurry at the moment for Jason Russo. Running a fast lap of a 28.572. Last lap was a 29.429, almost an entire second down. Jason Russo in position 5. Lee Ryerson, last lap of a 30.070. Major difference on those lap times between first and sixth. Joel Guy has fallen to 2 laps down. 29.782 with the last lap. 30.511 with the last lap. But still in it to win it, Joel Guy. All he needs is a couple of cautions. He can get her done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go to some 4x4 camera action. And we'll be right back with you very shortly. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out there to our sponsors, Blaze Pizza, GW Graphics, Pro Automotive, people of Business Track Driving, number 20, David Casey, grazing that wall. Now that's going to cost David Casey a little bit of time as Bob Eldred makes a move of that, maybe not. Edward Bray starting to pull around. Lap traffic up, Joel Guy. That'll put Joel Guy 3 laps down. Joel Guy considerably slower. Lee Staples up to second position. It's starting to change up a little bit here at New Hampshire. Bob Eldred and the number 20 still racing it out here on just past the halfway point on lap 54 of 100. Joel Guy being 3 laps down, he's going to need a little bit of luck. A little bit of bad luck for the lead lap drivers, number 38. Close on to the 20, 20 close on to 64. Draft completely out of the package here at New Hampshire. Edward Bray leading every lap out here tonight. No lead changes. Edward Bray distancing himself from Lee Staples. Edward Bray, no stranger to the winner's circle. A lot of action here with second, third, and fourth position. Jason Russo, 28 seconds. Actually, Jason Russo taking it to the holler tonight. Not his night. Lee Ryerson, 28.45 back. So the real race is between Edward Bray and Lee Staples, David Casey. And there goes the number 20, David Casey, heading into pit road. Green flag pit stops for David Casey. David Casey thinking he is within that pit window, making his way into pit row. Early pit. Taking lefts, taking rights. I'd be taking the spare tire. Full tank of Sunoco fuel. Little Bray out there on that front line. Lee Staples, Bob Eldred. Lee Staples starting to put a little bit of good pressure on Edward Bray. A big shout out there to Michelle McMaster Eisenhower. Have a good night, Michelle. Good seeing you out there. Lee Staples, Edward Bray, very, very tight. Now 60 of 100 should be coming up on some green flag pit stops for Lee and Ed. Edward Bray leaving that outside door open. Lee Staples taking a peek. Inside door wide open. Lee not wanting to knock on that inside door. Bob Eldred. I'm thinking Bob Eldred must have snuck a pit stop in there. Side by side. Bob Eldred finding some power somewhere. So I'm not sure if he got in there, got some new tires. But Bob Eldred out there in front of Edward Bray. Edward Bray heading off into pit row along with Lee Staples. Green flag pit stops here on lap 62 for the team of Black Talon, sub-team of KMA Racing. Green flag pit stops. Positions 1 and 2 belonging to Edward Bray. Lee Staples. Bob Eldred making his green flag pit stop. He has led 2 laps. Bob Eldred in the pit row. Dave Casey in position 2. Dave Casey in position 1. We'll move Lee Ryerson into position 2. Bob Eldred in the 3rd, Edward Bray in the 4th, Lee Staples into 5th. Jason Russo into 6th, and Joel Guy 2 laps down. Lap 65 of 100. 2 lead changes, 1 caution, totaling out 4 laps, 35 laps to go. Edward Bray sitting at 3.8 seconds back. David Casey has pitted. Edward Bray has pitted. Bob Eldred has pitted. So now it's a matter of Edward and Bob trying to catch David Casey. Well, Lee Ryerson, too, for that matter. Lee Ryerson sitting at 5.2 back. Lee Staples 5.2. Lee Ryerson 11.8. Bob Eldred has cut it down to 2.6. 2.5 peaking. Edward Bray at 1.1. This is going to be between David Casey, Bob Eldred, and Edward Bray. Dave Casey, our race leader, out here in position 1. Doing an awesome job. But Edward Bray leading up at 62 laps. Jason Russo sitting at 8.2. Lee Staples at 5.6. Edward Bray 3.0 back, falling off of David Casey. Bob Eldred 1.8. David Casey, our race leader. There is your positions 1, 2, and 3. Lee Staples in 4th position, 6 back. Edward Bray 2.4. Bob Eldred 1.3 back. It's not over, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like it's going to be a 1, 2, 3. Dave, Bob, Edward. But it's not over. Bob Eldred has got it up to 1.0. Here's within 1 second of David Casey. Right there on that screen live. 1, 2, and 3, folks. We could be heading for a very interesting finish here at New Hampshire. But what a way to finish out New Hampshire week. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday we're heading back to Dover. The Monster Mile. Dover, always a lot of fun. Edward Bray down to 1.1. .24 to go, ladies and gentlemen. Joel Guy 2 laps down. Still motivating his way around this 1 mile track. Position 7. Number 9 of Lee Ryerson in position 6th. 2 laps down. Jason Russo in pit row. Still on that lead lap though. Lee Staples 6.5 back. Edward Bray down to 2.1. Bob Eldred at 0.6. Got it down to 0.6. He is gaining on Dave Acacia here with 22 to go. Jason Russo, unfortunately, taking it to the holler tonight. But a big shout out there to Jason Russo and Pro Automotive. Not his night out here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, one of his favorite tracks. Two lead changes, 1 caution. Bob Eldred has caught up to the rear end of Dave Acacia. Well, now let's see what he's going to do with it. Dave Acacia, Bob Eldred, Edward Bray sitting at 1.8. Right now, it is the Dave and Bob show. The Bob and Dave show, if you will. I had mentioned at the beginning of tonight's race that Bob Eldred will be the man to watch. Edward Bray not out of it. A little bit of contact between Bob and Dave. That'll slow Bob down. I think Bob led out of it to avoid collision, but nonetheless, that'll give Edward Bray a chance to gain a couple of 100 feet right there on this 1 mile track at New Hampshire. Bob going to try to make a run one more time. Dave Acacia needing to protect that inside lane. Edward Bray cutting it down to a 1.2. This is anybody's race, ladies and gentlemen. In our final race this week at New Hampshire, will it be Edward Bray, Bob Eldred, or Dave Acacia? Dave Acacia, you know he has got to be burning those tires up. Bob Eldred burning those tires up as well. And I think Edward Bray sitting back here, just taking his time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if I were to put my money on anybody, I'm thinking Edward Bray. But look at this side-by-side action. Bob Eldred trying to make it happen. Edward Bray down to 0.7 with 16 to go. Edward Bray not that far behind. Still well within striking distance. They're going to have to contend with the lap traffic of Joel Guy. Joel Guy 2 laps down, getting ready to be put down. 3. Bob Eldred, Dave Acacia, Edward Bray, our top 3. Side by side, Bob Eldred making a move on. Dave Acacia. They are side by side. Bob Eldred with the run on lap 86. Will Joel Guy be a factor? Joel Guy is a factor. Dave Acacia having to let off of it, but actually working it to his advantage. Bob Eldred down onto that inside lane. 3 wide as they pass. Edward Bray taking full advantage of that 3 wide. And here is Edward Bray ready to mix it up on the last 13 laps of New Hampshire. Bob Eldred knocking on Acacia's door. Might have been a song by that famous black guitarist. Knocking on Acacia's inside door. Thought Bob had it, but not quite. Bob trying one more time. Can he hold that inside lane with 12 to go? David Casey a little bit stronger on that outside lane, but here comes Bob Eldred. Here comes Edward Bray. David Casey, a marked man, as he loses that lead to Bob Eldred on lap 89. I told you Bob Eldred was the man to watch tonight. But now can Bob hold it down? Did Bob use all of his tires trying to get up there today? What about Edward Bray? Edward Bray trying to get up there onto the rear end of David Casey. Is it David Casey that used all of his tires? Edward Bray with a run on the inside of David Casey. Side by side. Tell you what, we're going to see some rubbing his racing here before long, folks. Edward Bray trying to get around Dave Casey, but Dave Casey doing a great job on that outside lane in that Toyota. .3, 1.5 for Dave Casey, Edward Bray. Off of Bob Eldred. Now it seems that Bob Eldred, since Bob Eldred has got up there into the front, he's just running away. Run, Rudolph, run. Edward Bray falling to 1.6, 1.7. David Casey at 1.4, 1.5 back. Lap 92 of 100. This is all about the Bob, Dave, and Ed Show. Live to you on KMA TV. Coming up onto the lap traffic. Lap traffic has been a bit of a factor out here tonight in this 100-lap race. Bob Eldred up to a 1.8 lead on David Casey. 2.1 on Edward Bray. Edward Bray a little bit out on that corner. That'll put him down to 2.2. Lee Staples sitting at 7.5 back. Lee Ryerson 2 laps down. Joel Guy 3 laps down, still in it to win it. Bob Eldred, our leader on lap 95 of 100. 5 laps to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight, keeping you company on this Friday night. Check us out tomorrow night. Speedway action, Talladega, 100 laps. And the Camping World Series trucks. Always a good time out there on Saturday night. Positions 1, 2, and 3 in camera angle. Edward Bray, David Casey of the big competition on the track. Edward Bray making a big move on Dave Casey on lap 97, side by side on that inside door. Knocking on Acacia's door one more time. He's got to run. He's at his rear bumper. He's off his rear bumper. Dave Casey very close onto that wall. 3 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 98, 2 to go. Pretty sure that Bob Eldred has got tonight's race wrapped up. Huge lead out there, 3.1. Second lead off of David Casey and Edward Bray. So the real competition right now is for second position. David Casey, Edward Bray vying for that number 2 spot. David Casey losing it on the outside lane, side by side. Edward Bray left that door wide open. 1 to go. Ladies and gentlemen, white flag in the air. Lap 99 of 100 here at New Hampshire. What a race between Edward Bray and Dave Acacia. Edward Bray losing it on that last corner. Dave Acacia. What a run out here tonight by Dave Acacia. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 100 of 100, and Bob Eldred. What a run out here. Very impressed. I said it right from the very beginning. Got to watch out for Bob Eldred. Bob Eldred wins at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Stay tuned. We're going to get these driver interviews in. Edward Bray finishing up in third position. What a run tonight, though, by Edward Bray. Had a good time watching Edward and Dave Acacia. How about it, Edward? You got a copy?
Got a copy, Scott.
All righty. Now I want you two guys, actually, I'm going to do something unprecedented. Dave Acacia, have you got a copy?
Yes, I do, Scott.
All right. Dave, Edward, positions 2 and 3. I want you both to talk to me about those last couple laps, because I tell you what, I didn't know who had it. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, it was pretty good racing between Dave and I. As soon as I thought I'd have him on the coming out of the inside, he got a better run on the outside, and every time he get a little loose, and he still get a better run on the outside. But yeah, it was some great racing there at the end.
All right. Well, what do you think, Dave?
Well, I took that from experience from this week. It was hard passing on the bottom, so I just stuck with my line up top, and I had to make Edward work for it, but I knew it was hard to pass on the bottom coming out of the corners, so I just kept the momentum up top.
So your preferred lane was the upper lane. Ed, where was your preferred lane?
I was in the middle.
In the middle, the man in the middle.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I would go on that outside, but there for a while I'd be able to cut it down to the inside. And as the lap started counting down, the tires getting older. I wasn't able to do it that much. So basically, I was having to let off a little bit and sort of drive that brake and throttle at the same time.
All righty, copy that. Now, Bob, have you got a copy?
I do.
All right, now I tell you what, I mentioned at the beginning of the race that Bob Eldred might be the man to watch out for tonight. You made a very late race pass. What was on your mind when you made that happen?
God, I hope I don't screw up like the last couple times I've been racing here. I burnt my tires off all week trying to catch Dave, and I'm really happy to be able to get by him at least once.
Well, I tell you what, Bob, you and Dave, now I do believe Dave won it out there on Monday. Edwards got a very high placement out here this week, did very well in New Hampshire. Bob, you have shown to be a force. Now I'm going to ask you each this question. Bob, how are you feeling about Dover come Monday?
Dover absolutely terrifies me, and I look forward to it.
Dave?
I consider that my home track. I'm going to practice a lot and hopefully have a good showing.
And Edward, how about it, Dover?
Oh, I'm ready. Bring it on.
All righty. So we got a little bit of fear out there, a little bit of positive stuff. All righty. We know one thing for sure. Bob Eldred did a great job out here tonight. Only led 14 laps. David Casey led 24. Edward Bray, the big lap leader, falling just a little bit short out here tonight, but did lead 62 laps. All right, Bob, Edward, and Dave, congratulations, drivers.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks so much, Scott.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a night out here. 1 caution, 3 lead changes. What a final 10 laps out here, folks. All righty, I am Scott Kolovic, your announcer for the evening. We're going to sit here and watch Bob do a little bit of burnout. Because I tell you what, Bob deserves it. Bob did a great job. Bob worked hard. Be like Bob. Check us out tomorrow night. 100 laps, tally trucks. We'll catch you there. I'm Scott Kolovic. This is KBATV. We'll catch you on the flip side. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.